Me? Hello, everyone. This is Eminem's Legendary Podcast, Legendary Loot Podcast. I gotta used to sing Legendary Loot Podcast. I don't want to.
I like hearing you say it
loot.
because you mumble.
Oh yeah, mumbles. Funny thing about
Mumble motto.
to all the listeners out there, that was my nickname from so many people. It was Mumbles,
Mumble motto.
Mumble Noddles. That's actually, you're the only one that called me Mumble Noddles. Other people just call me Mumble, like Sergeant Mumble or Specialist Mumble. Whenever, it was always just Mumbles. I even had a nameplate. I was in the army. It was Mumbles. Yeah, I had it especially made. And my producer actually let me rock it a couple times when we did raids and stuff in patrols in Ramadi. So I had that going on for me.
Good old mumbles.
Good old Mumbles. Are you excited about your pedicure today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I was bummed yesterday. I got yelled at for complaining.
I remember everybody kept saying, you should get it done, you should get it done. And I just kept pushing away. I'm like, no, I don't want anybody touching my feet. And it wasn't even because it's a manly thing or anything. It's just that I didn't want people touching my feet. Which is, I felt weird about it. I don't know. And then one day where me and Tanae, we were at a smoothie place, and right next to the smoothie place was a nail shop. She's like, I want to go check that out real quick, see if I want to set up a appointment to get my nails done. I was like, okay. So we go there, and the guy's there talking about their services, and she's like, you guys do pedicures too? He's like, yes, we do. And she's like, we're gonna sign you up for one. I'm like, no. She's like, please do it. This could be my Mother's Day's gift. I was like, all right. I was like, all right, let's do it. I was so hesitant of doing it, man. But then when we got there, I think it was a couple days later, we had an appointment. And then I go there, and the lady's talking. You know, she's a great lady. She was talking to me, trying to make me feel comfortable. She was very sarcastic with her jokes. And she's like, I need you to pick out this. It was like, I don't know, it was a cream or a lotion. And there was like a whole bunch of them. She's like, you need to pick this out. So I'm like, okay. So I just picked one that said orange peels, because I connected the orange peel to my favorite drink, old fashioned. I was like, the orange peel. Why not? My feet smell like oranges. I don't know. But, bro, when I start getting that stuff put on me, she was scraping my foot. Oh my God, that felt so good. I was like, this feels good. And I was on a massage chair. Dude, like, I was just sitting there, like, just feeling it. It felt so good.
I get it. The needs setting. I don't like that. I don't need that. No, I'm a big boy. Turn me into a big old lump of dough, man. Just need it.
No, but man, it felt really good.
You know what I hate? You know what I actually hate about them is whenever they're cutting my toenails and then they file that stuff. Oh God!
They're shaking it because I know what you mean. But I remember she was scrubbing my feet, taking the calluses off my feet. It felt like I had like you said, it felt like you have a brand new pair of feet.
Yeah,
I was like, yes, this feels amazing. And my dumb ass was like, let me step down. The floor is porcelain tile. I just got my shit done. I fucking slipped and almost bust my ass because I had no grip. I was like, oh my God. I had to put my socks on and my shoes on just to, get out of there. But no, I liked it. I want to do it again. So I have to say, man, it was a good feeling. I was pleasantly surprised by it. I even give her a nice tip,
I'll send you a selfie.
Because she was very
I'll send you a selfie today.
You can selfie yourself like the one. Did I send you a selfie when I did it? I'm gonna look where I'm at. Excuse me. I keep burping. I don't know why. Me and the old lady went to an early dinner today at Applebee's. One thing about Applebee's is that it never had bad service, but it never had like outstanding service. It's always in the middle. I never had an issue with their food, and their food is just, it's just there. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Applebee's is not what it used to be and all that other stuff. I'm like, well, to me, it's been the same since the first time I went. So I'm like, I don't know.
It's the same.
But
It's the same microwave crap.
Yeah, just microwave food.
So you did that for like a date night kind of thing?
Yeah, because we wanted to do something because I know sh she got her own thing going on for Mother's Day, so this is kind of another Mother Day thing with me and her. Well, I could just kick it with her, have lunch with her,
Yeah.
and, just hang out. But, I
Yeah.
mean,
Me
yeah,
and,
it was a good
me,
day.
yeah. Yeah. Me and my wife, for the last few months, when we go on a date night, we go to Second and Charles. It's,
Second and
like a used,
Charles.
yeah, it's like a used bookstore. And talking about comic books, man, so many good comic books there. A lot of manga. They sell like a lot of regular stuff too. But, but yeah, that kind of goes along with what we're talking about today is pretty cool places, interesting places people wouldn't normally look to find comic books. Um,
Right.
so like yard sales. You know, you go to a yard sale and find comic books. Most of these people are just trying to get rid of stuff. So you could pretty
Yeah.
much,
And some of the people don't even know what they
haggle.
have. They just wanna get rid of it.
Yeah, here's it'd be like an elderly couple. They'd be like, I'm just trying to get rid of my adult kids stuff. And it's just like, man, like, thank you. Don't mind if I
Thank
do.
you. I
Um,
remember what was it? Remember you ever heard of comic book Gen 13?
yeah, I have some of those.
Yeah. So,
I gotta
at a
hunt them
at
down.
a yard sale,
I know I have some.
I would say this, I didn't know what I had when I had it, okay? I think I was maybe, like, I
Hmm.
don't know when it just came out. I was, like, 12 or 13 when they just decided to have Gen 13. This girl was doing a yard sale, and she broke up with her boyfriend, and she was getting rid of all her stuff, and in that pack was a bunch of comic books. There was, like, some of the Wolverine standalone comic books and stuff like that, and they had the Gen 13 issue 1. I didn't know what I had when I had Gen 13 issue 1. I let that just deteriorate in my room, and I remember I think it was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I was at a I was at a comic book store. I think it was J John and Carol John. They're well known here in Cleveland. And they had the Gen 13 issue 1, the same one I had, and they had it displayed, and it was, like, for, like, I think $100. I was like, "Oh my god, that's going for $100." And I had that as an issue 1, so I thought that was really cool. But, yeah, comic books, man, you can get them anywhere.
So
But, yeah, like you said, I got
is it this cover?
yeah, I think that's the cover, yeah.
I
I
had
think
at
that's
one
it.
point I had this too. It came out in February
I didn't know what
15th, 1994. Uh
I didn't know what I
yeah, if
had,
it's like a
and I had the cover.
9.6 is going for like $48.
Oh, Jesus.
That's
Yeah, I had
graded.
that. I had a couple of
But
small
yeah,
comic books. I just remember I had a stack of comic books from that. And as a kid, I didn't know any better, and I just let it deteriorate. I was like, I would read a comic book and I'd toss it to the
hmm,
ground and get ready for school and leave. Come back, toss more stuff on the floor. So, books and stuff will go on the comic books and they'll start spreading it, ripping it apart. And like, oh man, my cover's messed up.
yeah,
I had a decent sized collection when I was a teenager, but I never took care of it. But now I'm
yeah,
rebuilding up my collection, like similar to what you're doing. But yeah,
yeah.
that's
I
what our
mean, like,
episode today, our official episode 1. We're talking about comic books, where to find them in unusual places where we find our comic books. Because obviously,
hmm,
you can find comic books at a comic book store. We all know that.
yeah.
But what about some of the ones you're really trying to hunt? Like you mentioned a couple. I got a
So
couple.
yeah, so like places I like to look, yard sales. If you're just looking at broadening your horizon as far as titles and genres you wouldn't normally look at, like
Mhm.
Facebook Marketplace. Um, I've bought in several short boxes and long boxes, and it's just random stuff. And I actually have a couple of finds here that came in a box. Um, I got a big stack here. Hold on.
Oh, you're good. I got you. I understand.
So, in one of those boxes, so it was a long box that came with 250 comic books. I
Ooh, how much
paid
you pay for that
with
long box?
shipping. So with shipping, it was like $80. So there's dirt cheap per comic book. So I
Right.
found, I don't know, there's this weird title, The Coven. It is a limited
Nothing.
edition, and it came with a certificate. And
Oh,
then another one, this is I think this is a variant cover, title called Aria, autographed with a cert. And then my
wow, that's what's
personal
up, man.
favorite, this variant is Bloodshot #1. I don't know if you could tell, autographed by the artist.
That is
And it's
awesome.
like I
That is
paid
awesome.
like at the end of the day, I paid 30 cents a piece for these.
The blood didn't they come out with
So
Bloodshot movie with Vin Diesel?
yeah,
You're like,
I don't want
yeah.
I don't want to
Did
talk
you
about
watch it?
that. Yeah,
Was it good?
no,
No, was it good? All right.
I don't.
I'll
To
just
be
get that.
fair, I'm not a Vin Diesel guy.
Ah, gotcha.
But then, so another good place to look would be like, I don't know if how many places this store is at. It's called Second and Charles. It's kind of like a half price book, something like that. Used books. They have comic books, manga. They have all kinds of cool stuff. But they sell at Second and Charles. They have mystery boxes. Comes with 50 comic books. It's $25. It's not bad. Found some pretty cool stuff. Some of it's kind of like, eh. But in one of those boxes, I found a Guardians of the Galaxy #5. Awesome.
Yeah.
I found a couple other cool ones in those boxes, but I don't know where to put them.
How do you not know where you put them?
Dude, you have no idea how many comic books I have. I have, I have thousands of comic books. I, I have, I have them in my nerd room, which I can't wait to start filming in here soon in a few weeks. I have a bunch in my closet. I have a bunch in my bedroom. Like, dude,
You know what
so
you
many
should do?
comic books.
Every episodes we do, in your background, always display like 3 or 4 of them, different comic books at every
Yeah,
episode.
I know exactly how I'm gonna do that. Don't worry, I'm way ahead of you, bro. Way ahead of
Yeah,
you.
I would say,
So,
I found besides the comic book stores, like we got some really good ones up where we have John and Carol or Carol and John. I forgot what it was called, but that's a well-known comic book store. Then we have Super Scripts, which is another comic book store, and then we have North Coast. Do you have North Coast comics down there?
why would we have North Coast Comics in
This is
Texas?
a big. I think it's a big brand.
Not down here, it ain't.
Oh, well, they have one, and then I remember when you came to visit Kids Force Collectibles. You went there. They had a little more action
Yeah,
figures than anything.
lot of action figures, a lot of cool
Yeah,
Star Wars stuff.
get that.
Don't get me started on Star Wars right now.
I won't.
We're gonna get off. We'll save that for next month.
Right. I do like that store a lot though. Like
Oh my
I
god,
haven't been there. The last time I've been there is when I went with you, to be honest with you.
dude! Like I'm telling you, if my wife wasn't with me, I probably would have got my ass chewed. It's like
But
you bought a Millennium Falcon for how much? It's like, don't worry about it, babe.
don't worry about it. It's a limited edition Legos for
Where
the
are we gonna
set.
put it? Don't worry about it. Don't worry. We'll find a place.
Like, babe, don't worry about it.
We'll put it in the
But
living
I
room
do want
for
to
all to
highlight.
see.
I want to highlight what where I found actually because one of our what you said one of our tasks this week was to actually go by a store that's not typically a comic book store and see if you could find
Hmm?
any good finds,
Yes.
which I did. I went to Savers. Do you have Savers on there?
Mm-mm.
It's like a Goodwill. It's like a thrift store. It's called
Oh,
Savers.
okay. I got you. Yeah.
And I found Day Tripper.
Okay.
So, the thing about Day Tripper is, I remember another thing we were going to talk about was that we're talking about also known artists and writers that should be in a route to the light better. I mean, honestly, this guy, he's been known to be compared to like Frank Miller when it came to art style, which is pretty cool. Everybody know who Frank Miller is, right? But this
Ugh,
is one of
love him.
him and his brother Gabriel buys their series together. It's called Day Tripper. Now it's not your typical comic book, right? It's not about superpowers and bad versus evil. This one's literally about a guy who is a obituary writer. Well, it's just a day in the life of him. It's basically his life in a 10-book series
Hmm.
from when he first found love until the day he dies. It just highlights what we call milestones. So it's like
Yeah,
a cozy read, right? It's not
no,
something about bad versus good or things of that nature, like high action. It was just a dude living through his life, going up and down, and surprisingly enjoyed it. It's pretty good.
nice. See,
So I
that's
looked
what I
up the
like. I'm sorry. That's what I like about these things. It's like you can find stuff that you're typically not looking for. Like, I'm gonna get a Spider-Man, X-Men, Iron Man. Like find
right,
some stuff that's just out there, and
right,
you'd
right.
be
'Cause
surprised how
what
much
it
you'll
is.
enjoy it. Yeah.
So I enjoyed this, right? So I decided to dig into his bio, right? Um, Come to find out, he's actually really big in Brazil. He's a Brazilian artist slash comic book writer. Him and his brother, twin brother, and his brother Gabriel. Fun fact: he also helped co-write a bunch of the Umbrella Academy books, and he
Oh,
also was the
okay.
executive producer of the show. You know that show on Netflix? Executive
Mm-hmm.
producer of it. So they're making it
Nice.
big. They're known because they're
Yeah.
known in Spain. They're known in Brazil, and I guess for diehard comic book fans out here, they're known too. But me being
Yep.
just, I would call it a novice when it comes to comic books, I picked it up and I was intrigued by it. So I'm like, all right. And nobody told me, nobody talked about it before. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was pretty cool. Like his artwork is like, it does resemble Frank Miller in a sense. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys can see it. I mean, obviously, if you watch the video, you can see like the artist and stuff. But if you listen to podcasts, you have to actually watch the video. You got to go on YouTube to watch the video. But yeah, to see the pictures. But his work is pretty good. And
That's
like I said,
awesome.
it was just a day in the life for him. And I picked
Yeah.
this up. Uh, yeah, obviously it's all in one, all ten issues
So
in one book,
the whole volume,
the
like a
whole
little
volume. I
omnibus.
picked. You know how much I picked this up for? I think it was 69 cents for this.
Nice. Very nice. Did you
So
find
and
anything
then I
else?
went to Goodwill. Yeah, I
Oh,
went to
there you go.
Goodwill and I got this for $1.99. It was the Avenger Initiative Secret Invasion. I got that.
Very nice.
So I think this is. I picked it up. I think a couple of days ago. I haven't actually looked what is it covering, but if I look at it real quick, issue 15 all the way to issue 19, the Avengers Initiative. So I guess this is
Well,
the very
now you got to get the
beginning of
rest of them.
Secret Invasion. Yeah, yeah, I get the rest of it, but
Yeah.
no, I mean, it's in good shape. Good shape. So
Well, I mean,
I don't think
so talking
I got
about
it for two
weird
bucks.
places, nice. Yeah, but talking about weird places to find these things, my personal favorite, antique stores.
Mm.
Like, I remember a time you couldn't pay me to go into an antique store. Now it's like I'm bugging my wife when we go in antiquing. When we go in antiquing, I just want comic books. And I have a lot of stuff here that are pretty cool finds. Some, I'm not, when I do this, I'm not looking for stuff like, oh, this is worth a lot of money or whatever. It's just stuff that I find cool. So it's like, I got Superboy Legion of Superheroes.
Superboy Legion of Superheroes. Now, is that Superboy, the actual
This,
Superboy, or that's somebody completely different?
no, that's Superboy. And I can't remember when this came out, but it's old. And I need to take care of that. And then I
but
got
it's old.
like this one popped out at me. But back when it was Marvel Comics Group, It's got the Fantastic
Okay.
Four and Doctor Doom, baby.
Oh yeah. Marvel's Greatest
So
Comics.
that was a good find.
That's what's up, man.
I got that for like a few bucks. And then Dazzler versus the X-Men,
Dazzler.
Boy Wolverine. Yeah, it's
It was
like
that Colossus beat him.
who's this guy? And then an old DC, World's Finest Comics.
You got a world's finest. Now
Yeah.
I do know that certain Marvel and DC. I'm not sure if it's DC. I know Marvel has been reissuing classic comics. That's how I
Mm-hmm.
got the Spider-Man comic book, the one when they first introduced Punisher, where the cover
Mm-hmm.
it shows Spider-Man in his scope, and then
Yeah.
the rise of Dark Phoenix, and I think it's giant size issue number 1 of X-Men. Now
Yep.
these are remakes, they're replicas, so they're not the original one,
Oh,
but it's still cool to have it, right? I think I got
yeah.
pictures of it, so I gotta make sure I got pictures of it. Um, but we'll see. But no, man, I saw that and I was like, yeah, I definitely gotta get this. I'm definitely gonna buy this. Um,
So,
I wish it was the original when it first came out back in the day, but
yeah.
just to have a reprint of it, it's still cool to
Yeah.
have.
This is something cool to have. Yeah,
And I'll definitely
this
bring
next
it
one,
up.
they were selling for $110. I paid way less than that.
Nice.
Action Comics number 341. But I mean, it's worth what they were wanting. And then we're veterans, so I couldn't help it. Beetle Bailey.
Beetle baby.
And then
You gotta get private
this is a
merch of
good
all
one.
too.
This one they wanted $100 for, but I got it for 50. Spider-Man number 298. Todd McFarlane.
Todd. Classic artist. He's the one that created Spawn,
Speaking of
right?
speaking of Todd McFarlane and Spawn, I also recently found a Spawn number 1, and it is a first. It is a first print. It's not so. There's a flawed one. This one's not the flawed one. They wouldn't let me take it out of the bag, but I was like, whatever. Okay,
Oh,
my all
well,
time, my my biggest find in an antique store was in New York, and I'm so proud of this. I saw this. It's a run of 4 comic books. They are in magnificent condition. I'm gonna get these graded. It is the first appearance of the first solo run of Wolverine, and I got all of them.
no. Are you serious?
All of them.
And how much you get it
So
for?
okay, so my wife and I were at we're at the antique store, and like they had some really cool like old titles. I was geeking out. I was like, don't don't show that you're excited that you found something. And I'm looking, and then I saw this, and I was like, immediately, I was like, no way. And I picked it up, and then I saw issue 2. I was like, oh, issue 3, oh, issue 4. I was like, oh my God. And so it took everything I had. I go to the counter. I was like, oh yes, how much are these? They're like, oh, let me call the manager. I was like, I'll wait. It's $250. I go, whoop, thank you. And my wife's like, was that a good buy? I go, she asked if that was a good buy. It's like, why don't you look up and see how much the first one's worth? And she's like, yeah, you did good. I was like, yeah, I know. But no, I'm going to have those. So I'm going to clean them and press them, and I'm going to send them off to get graded. But yeah, also, there's a book
Definitely.
out there. If you're interested, it's called Comic Book CPR. Uh, my God, like there's so many tips and tricks on how to like professionally clean your comic books without damaging them. What I would suggest is go to some anywhere to buy comic books. They have like a dollar bin or whatever. Just buy some junk comic books to practice on before you start
Guys,
really getting in there.
can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a
Yes.
question? You didn't put those 4 series on eBay, did you?
No. What
No.
do you mean?
Well, somebody did. It's not yours. Somebody did
Oh,
this.
the
What you
price?
did.
Yeah, go for it.
Look at the price of it. It is 18,500. Can you see it?
Yeah, yeah. I paid
So
250
you
bucks.
have a good find for $200.
So I'm
Oh,
gonna
dude.
so I'm gonna
Hey,
clean them.
sell it. Go on a vacation.
No, I'm gonna clean them, press them. I'm gonna have them graded, and I'm gonna hang on to them mofo's for 20 years and then sell them.
Honey, do you want to go on vacation?
It's like, I'll
That
pick them
is,
up like, you know what? I think I'm gonna retire now.
I know, right? Let me retire now. That is, I have to say, man,
I'm gonna
that is
retire.
your best find. Yeah. So this is
That
my
that
first
is.
find.
I'm so
And I
proud of that.
usually go to comic book stores, but this right here is my first find. So I'm definitely gonna start hunting at antique stores stuff. So that is an amazing
Please,
find, bro.
please.
I will.
I think
I'm
I
gonna
think
find the
what you
first
should
issue of
do.
Superman.
Oh God, no. That's last I checked. I think Superman #1 sold for. I think it's like 11 million. If you want to look that
Really,
up.
Dad? I would remember. Look it up. When he was only able to jump really, really high.
Yeah, yeah.
If I am looking at it, how much is it worth? Worth today. It is worth
Oh, nine.
so the last time it was bought
It,
was in November 2025, and the graded copy was a 9.0 graded copy and was sold for $9.12 million.
yep.
That was a grade of 9.0. That is amazing. Now, if you get a grade of 2.0, it's still worth a pretty penny, 150 grand. That's like a 2.0. That's like a really bad shape, right?
Like
Um,
if you could find an Action Comics #1 in like some old person's attic, like yeah, it's still worth a pretty penny.
I am definitely. That's funny. Like as soon as I exit out of that, you know how your phone like copies or follows you and stuff like that. It said
Yeah.
Microsoft voluntary retirement package. It's like, oh, are you looking to sell yourself? We can make you retire quicker. Like,
Not yet.
no,
Not
dickhead.
yet.
I'm just looking at certain things. But no,
Yeah.
I am. I definitely. I think once a week, maybe on once I get when I get out of the gym, there's a couple of thrift stores on my way back home. Once a week, I'm just gonna pop in
Yeah.
there after the gym and just look around,
Yeah.
just fiddle around, see if I find something.
And
Quite
you got to really look. The last place, the one I found, that the first issue Spawn.
yeah.
This antique store was like 3 stories. It was in San Antonio, and oh my gosh, like they had what got me to look at, just so I didn't know that comic book was in there. It was in like a weird basket, and there was like an
Mhm.
old Superman. It wasn't a comic book. It was like an old advertisement for something else. But you could
Right.
tell there was other comic books in the basket, but it was locked up. And so I was like, oh, so I was like, let me see what's in here. And they're like, okay. And that Spawn was the last, like everything past the Superman ad thing was all junk. But I almost put
Mm.
it down. That Spawn #1 was on the very back. I was like, oh, yeah. So
That's
you
so
you
cool.
don't know unless you look. You got to spend time in these places, man.
No, I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. And then I would love for our readers, or not readers, our listeners and viewers to, message in the comments if they know a good place that we can find stuff at. Like, hey, you should also try this area, because obviously people are going to
Yeah,
say the yard sale. We know about the yard sale. We know you mentioned an
yeah.
antique store. I mentioned thrift shops, but there's mom and pop shops. I want to check certain areas out. I remember there in Cleveland. Cleveland's known to have corner stores. Like every corner, there's a corner store. Not a
Yeah.
bodega, just a regular corner store. And they used to sell comic books off the Yin Yang. I mean, when I was a kid, that's where I bought my comic books at. Was at the corner
Mhm.
store. I'll go to the corner store. I remember one of my first comic books I bought was um a different version of. Don't laugh at me, but I bought it because I'm a huge fan of the Ninja Turtles. Was a different version of Ninja Turtles 3 when they went back in time in feudal Japan. Like the whole movie, it was that comic book just based on that. I was like, oh, this is cool, because as a kid, I was like, I'm a huge Ninja Turtle fan, so I was like, yeah, cool. I remember that was my first comic
What's
book I
wrong with
bought.
Ninja Turtles 3?
Out of part 1 and 2, it's the weakest one, buddy.
I don't
Part
care.
1 is
It's
by
still
far the
good.
best one. Part 1 is actually a classic. No, part 1, hands down, classic. No other Ninja Turtle movie even came as close to part 1.
Do you notice in the second one they don't use their weapons?
Yeah, because freaking parents were complaining that they used their weapons in the first one. I mean, but it was funny because that one scene when they first they wanted to stop that robbery in that little mall, and Michelangelo was fighting that
Michelangelo
one guy,
uses sausage,
and he's like, "Cold cut
sausage legs,
combat!"
cold cut combat.
Yeah, that was, bro. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, man, these guys they were trolling them. It was so funny, and
A
then
little
walking the
too
dog,
Raph.
all that stuff. Oh, yeah, yeah, it's like a little too quiet. Look, it's rap. A little too rap.
Too Raph. I love that. That's my
To this
favorite part
day,
of the whole movie.
I still say the whole. To this day, I still say the whole Razor and Tonka's saying when they first saw Shredder, "Mama, mama." I do that every now and then. Babies,
Babies.
they're
They're
babies.
babies. Love it.
I'm saying
Watching
that
Shredder
could
have
be
a
part 1.
meltdown.
By
But
far,
you gotta
for
admit,
Shredder.
Kevin Nash playing Super Shredder at the end of the second one was dope.
Yeah.
You know how many
You
people
had
don't
that
know
bit,
that was Kevin
part
Nash?
2. I didn't know until like years later when people told me. But what was the point of that scene? They didn't even fight Super Shredder.
I didn't write the script.
He was knocking out pillars and it just fell on him. He committed suicide. He's like, and it just fell. And why?
You know what I don't
Why?
get? How did his outfit change when he drank the stuff?
I was gonna say that. Like, how did the ooze change his armor and everything?
It's a movie.
That
That's
made
all I can
no
say. It's a
sense.
movie.
It's a
just
movie,
a
and
movie.
it was aimed at the kids. So to the kids, it was fun.
And you know
And I actually
what?
had
At the time when you watched it, when it first came out, I guarantee you didn't ask that question. You
No,
were
I
like, "Oh
didn't.
my God, Shredder's huge." You weren't like, "Why is his
I
armor
didn't.
different?" No.
Yeah, I didn't ask that question until like my 30th time watching it. I'm like, what really grinds my gear right now? It's not armor. Why is his armor different? Why does his shirt fit him still?
It's so weird. Was that even a shirt still?
It was still his
That
uniform,
dude was
bro. It was
purple.
still his whole outfit.
But he was like,
Unless
his muscles were like spray painted on or Jesus.
before he attacked the turtle, he's like, wait a minute, can't spray paint. Let's get this going real quick and let's go up there.
Have you read The Last Ronin yet?
No, I bought it for my daughter. I think it was 4 or 5 issues of the, and I know they have like prequels and they have like updated ones, but the original five series, I bought it for her because like she was a bigger Ninja Turtle fan than I am. I'm not sure if she still is or not, but when I can tell you now because I remember I told you before this when I first heard about The Last Ronin, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a really cool storyline. So I'm like, when's the first issue coming out? And the first issue wasn't even issued yet. So I literally went to, I think it was called Johnny Carroll. I went to that store, gave my number, and say, hey, when issue 1 comes out, call me. When issue 2 comes out, so every time an issue came out, I went straight to the store and bought it for her. Now I think about it, I should always bought 2 copies. Bought myself one. Now she got some original copies.
Hold
I need
that
to get her.
thought. I'll be right back.
No,
I'll show you
I know
what
you have it.
No, you don't know what I have. That was my 3D printer.
Oh, you have,
I'll be
yeah,
right
you
back.
have a 3D printer.
Yeah, it's awesome.
In the middle of a podcast, we have an intermission, folks. So at this time, if you want, you can go refill your bucket of popcorn, grab a nice soft drink. Me personally, I like Coca-Cola Zero. It's a great one. I like it a lot. Not a Pepsi fan at all. Do not like Pepsi. While you're out there, go ahead and grab a snow cap. Grab a couple of those. Some what do you call those? Sour Patch Kids. Go ahead and grab some of those. Because we're gonna be waiting on Mark for a while he runs to grab his comics, and the intermission will be over soon. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, guys.
Jackass. Oh god, I gotta figure out where to put all these. I'm old. Okay.
I know.
So
You're like 62. You're fine.
whatever. So this is the volume 1. It's the original comics. Like the original. Okay.
The when they killed Shredder in the first issue. Can't even talk right.
And then you have the full volume of The Last Ronin. Okay.
Nice.
And then I like to call this the it's weird, dude. It's like a prequel and a sequel. They flip flop.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They got that came out after the Last Ronin series. Did their five issue
The
run.
Lost Years.
Yeah, that one. The Lost Years. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Okay. So there's things that take place before this and after this.
Right.
And then there's a sequel to that. The Last Ronin Re-Evolution.
Yeah, that's when they introduced 4 new turtles, and they're all like different.
Yes. Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna keep that run going.
Then I got the Last Ronin director's cut. It's got extra art.
With the new Ninja Turtles, I wonder if they're gonna keep that going for a while. Or are they just testing out the audience with them?
Well, it's Kevin Eastman, Tom Waltz. I'm not even trying to pronounce their name, but Ben Bishop, Luis Antonio Delgado. Like those guys are doing all this stuff,
right?
And they're doing such a wonderful job, and I hope they do keep doing stuff like this. But yeah, cool finds, cool places. But yeah, I hope people who watch and or listen, like, tell us about some weird finds that you found, where you found them.
That'd definitely be awesome.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in the Cleveland area. Or good old Texas over there. Little Houston. Within a 50-mile radius of Houston alone. That's just gigantic down there for no reason.
Yeah.
You guys are you're the Australia of America. Nobody wants to be down there. It's just big and hot for no reason.
And everything tries to kill you.
But me and one of my coworkers here, we were talking about Australia and how they had a bunch of bugs and stuff that could kill you, like that one wandering spider who could kill a grown man in under 15 minutes of a bite. And then you have the huge bat down there, that I think black flying fox. Jesus Christ, what is going on with Australia? Like, why? Why? Why are you like
I
this?
don't know.
Like, can you just get with the program and be like everybody else? Jesus.
Yeah,
But no. Yeah, I definitely
I
think I
can't wait to
definitely
get
think
back in
next
my
time we
nerd room.
link up, I will give you Day Tripper so you can like scan through it and tell me if you like it. Like I'm saying, it was a very calm read. I sat there and just read it, and I was like, no hate on Fabio or Gabriel, but I sat there, I was like, I could have made a comic book series about what I do for the past 2 months and sell it for. Well, I found this at Savers for like 69 cents, but the actual price, if you would have bought this when it was brand new in the United States, was $20.
Hmm.
So it was like, so my life story of 10 series for $20. See if people like it.
Yeah. Also
No,
be
yeah,
on the
no, it's
lookout
just great.
be on the lookout for like secondhand bookstores that they have penny a page days.
Yeah. So this
And
this
I
reminded me.
found a lot of stuff. I found a lot of good
No,
stuff when it comes to comic books for that was penny a page.
what the thing is, there's I forgot what the name of the bookstore is called, but it's from Goodwill. Goodwill is making sorry, is creating a separate store strictly for books and comic books and magazines. Like don't
What?
laugh at me dying here. No, like half price books, how they're
Whatever.
doing it.
You patted me on the
Goodwill's
shoulder
making
when I
one.
was
They're setting
choking.
up bookstores. So yeah, the second episode, first episode, our co-host died. No more legendary loot.
Typical. Typical.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho.
I'm choking on water. Anyways,
Yeah,
so
good.
I'm really, really curious about that because they're supposed to be opening one up in Cleveland and in North Olmsted, which is like the suburb of Cleveland. Two bookstores of nothing but used books from all Goodwills in Ohio. So my
Yeah,
thing is like I mean, if I found an Avenger book in one of them just by just looking in there, I'm like really looking forward to this bookstore to open up because Half Price Book they have their series of comic books. They have like when I went there, they have their own section of comic books and other type of books by different genres and stuff like that. But yeah, these little areas that's not a comic book like still support your local comic book store because you don't want that dying out. That's a nice hobby to have. And
yeah,
the majority of the cool people I ever met were quote unquote comic book nerds. So I'll definitely will encourage people to still buy their comic books, or if they're looking for comic books, they want to start off. Please still go to comic book stores. Support your local comic book store. But once you get
absolutely.
into a yeah, and once you get into a groove of things like you, Mark, like hey, I got my fill from these comic book stores. Let me see if I can find a hidden treasure somewhere else. So definitely,
Mm,
if you're hunting for comic books, antique store, thrift stores, things like that nature will have comic books. You just have to find them. But if you're
yeah,
starting off, I will highly recommend please support your local comic book store.
absolutely.
That's all I have to say
Yeah,
about that.
if there's stuff that I'm looking for specifically, I'll go to a comic book store. Um, but like going all these other places, these just out there places, it's just
Hmm.
it's really cool to just get out there and look for just weird stuff. And I know I have
Right.
way more than what I showed you. I just can't find them right now because I have so many, and I need to
Well,
organize it.
that is your project for this weekend. Hook up your nerd room in the background. So next time we do a episode, you have a display of them. Which I'm gonna do the same with mine.
I'm waiting for
I think every week I'm gonna display something up here like that.
nice.
I'm gonna display something, and then
Okay.
it could be action figures, it could be comic books, it could be
Hmm.
DHS of like Star Wars or Ninja Turtles, stuff like that. I don't know.
Well, I can't
I
do
think
it.
it'd be
I
really
can't
cool.
do it yet. There's somebody living in my nerd room, and I'm waiting for them to switch rooms.
Hey, Dick
So
Sneeze, leave.
once,
That's my nephew. I love my
all right,
nephew. He was awesome.
yeah, just a couple more weeks.
Well, just a couple more weeks. I know you guys are excited, but at the same time, don't want it happening. But It's life, man.
No.
I still remember the day that I think my dad actually cried and said, "I'm proud of you and I love you" to me when the recruiter. So I called my dad. I'm like, "Hey, where you at?" He was like, "I'm on my way home. Why?" I was like, "Well, the recruiter's here and I'm gonna be shipping out tonight." Um, he wanted me to, call you instead because nobody knows, there's no parent here. He wanted to let you know that your son's in good hand. He's like, "Hold on, I'm on my way there." So my dad, he drives up there, he pulls in. I'm on the. I remember my recruiter's name too, Staff Sergeant Mace. So we're hanging out on the porch. My dad comes all big and huffing puffing because he was literally the definition of intimidation. If you just saw my dad, you'd be like, "Oh my god," like he was that type of guy. He was pop out arms and everything. He was just a big dude. He goes out there. He's like, "So today's the day." And Sergeant Mace was like, "Yeah, today's the day." He was like, "Huh? So you leaving today?" I'm like, "Yeah, Dad. I got my stuff packed." He was like, "Is it about your mom?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, he started crying. I'm like, "Oh no!" He goes in the house. He goes in the house. I run behind him, and I'm like, "Pop, what's going on?" And mind you, this is their wartime. Like we literally just got done with Fallujah, and I'm joining infantry. So I go in there, and I'm like, "Pops, I mean, what? Is everything all good?" He's like, "I just want to let you know that I am proud of you and I love you. Because I'm gonna miss you." And that's the first time that my dad said those words. "I'm proud of you." I think he said "I love you" a couple times, but that one that really stuck to me. That "I love you" stuck to me, right? Because he
Yeah.
showed emotion behind it. I mean, you're not. I could go to my summer and I was like, "Hey, son, I love you." You're like, "Oh, cool, whatever." It's not gonna stick to him because it was just a everyday occurrence. I love you, but it was a life changing
Yeah.
thing. It's gonna stick to you. So that "I love you" stuck to me. But the "I'm proud of you, son," I think was the first time you ever said that to me. Big ass dude crying and shit. Oh man, that was a good time. I go back out there. Sergeant Mace is like, "Your dad good?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You good?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "All right, let's go." And that was it. My dad was, happy for me. That was pretty cool. Fun fact: my dad did not shave or cut his like I said. My dad's bald right now, and he has a goatee. That's always been his style: bald goatee. When we deployed to Ramadi, he did not shave. That motherfucker looked like a Puerto Rican version of Santa Claus. When I came home, he had long locks, beard, everything. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then he shaved it off. I didn't want him to. I thought he looked nice in it, but he shaved it all off. So,
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah. My parents were weird when I joined. That my
Mhm.
mom was all like, "Oh, my baby boy," and my dad's like, "I'm so proud of you." But then I got out and went back in. My dad's like, "Why, boy? Why are you doing this again? Like you made it out of there once." And then my mom was all like, "You forgot to sign here." Like I'm like, "You fucking
Like, you,
what the
hey,
hell, man?"
come on, same shit,
Thanks,
different day. You
Ma.
forgot to sign. Good. Thanks, Mom. I love you too. My boy, you doing this to me all over again. Well, I think I got to understand his reaction. If he was paying attention to like the news and everything, the first time we signed up, we were going to Iraq. The second time me and you got
Yeah.
back in, we were going to Afghanistan. So it was back-to-back wars. You had Operation
Twice.
Iraqi Freedom, and then Operation Enduring Freedom. So I was like, hey, let's do this all over again. But that is,
Yeah, I'm sure
I'll
they
say
feel
that's it.
so free over there right now.
Was that?
What?
No, I ain't saying
Nothing.
All right,
Yeah,
so
no, I'm
we're
good.
gonna end this. Okay, you're good. We're gonna end this episode. You have anything else to say?
No, I'm looking forward to next week. We're going to be talking about different storylines, popular ones,
Yes,
not so
I can't wait to
popular
talk
ones.
about it. Yeah, you already got something.
Yeah, that one's
You already
all
got
you,
something in
buddy.
mind? You don't got anything in mind that you want to talk about?
There's so many. We'll save it for next week.
The majority of mine is Marvel, but I do have a couple DC in there. And you have Vertical, you have Image, you got all these other comic book areas, but come on, man. Marvel is that hardcore Marvel fan. Love my Marvel.
I just like anything that's good, bro. I don't care who puts it
I
out.
get it.
If it's cool, I dig it.
No, I get it. Like we said on episode 0, I wasn't into Batman or Superman, but then the older I got, the more I was able to appreciate it, and the more I got into it. I was like, okay, this is cool. Because I had to admit, Batman has the best lineup of villains than anybody else. His villains are way better than the other villains out there.
Yeah, I mean, you got some top tier villains, okay, but the best ones.
You got some of the best lineups when it comes to villains. Oh, are you gonna pick out the Condiment Man, Clock King, Candler Man?
I'm just saying. I think we just discovered a new topic to add to this shit.
It's the wackest villains in comic book history.
Not just comic books, or not just villains, but like, I mean, come on, Squirrel Girl, give me a break.
What about Forget Me Not? You know what that is? If you don't know that, look up Forget Me Not. You gotta look that up. He is
right this
else,
second?
man. No, later. Look it up. You'd be like, seriously, this is a character? All right, man. Peace out, everybody. We'll talk to you guys soon. Mark.
Rock and roll, buddy.
This is the end of the Eminem Legendary Loot podcast. Later, guys.
Episode 1.